Good morning and selamat sejahtera. Welcome to the opening ceremony of Kind Malaysia Virtual 2021. Yang berbahagia, Datuk Lokman Hakim Ali, Secretary General, Ministry of International Trade and Industry, Mr. Prem Rawat, Global Ambassador of Peace. Yang berbahagia, Tan Sri Asmat Kamaluddin, representing Kind Malaysia Advisory Board, distinguished Kind Malaysia Advisory Board members, Kind Malaysia Virtual 2021 CSR partners, members of the media, and all of our audience. Thank you for making time to be with us this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, Kind Malaysia is a unique initiative and platform for corporates, civil organizations, and individuals to meet with the aim to share, inspire, and recognize the need for the business and everyone to work together and do more for the betterment of life in the societies we live and operate in. The inaugural Kind Malaysia that was held in 2018 was in conventional format. The event showcased over 50 non-profit organizations and attended by hundreds of corporates. But due to pandemic with travel restrictions and new SOPs, Kind Malaysia 2021, which starts today, is leveraging on technology and will be held in full virtual. Kind Malaysia Virtual 2021 will be an effective platform to connect kind-hearted people, like-minded individuals from non-profit organizations, responsible corporations, and small medium-sized enterprise to network and engage at their convenience in a more conducive and safe environment. Now, to shed more light on Kind Malaysia and to deliver the welcoming address this morning, let me invite Yang berbahagia Tan Sri Asmat Kamaluddin, representing Kind Malaysia Advisory Board.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Yang berbahagia Datuk Lokman Hakim Ali, Secretary General, Ministry of International Trade and Industry, Mr. Prem Rawat, Global Peace Ambassador, Prem Rawat Foundation, members of Kind Malaysia Advisory Board, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Kind Malaysia, it gives me great pleasure to extend a warm welcome to all of you here today. Thank you very much for taking time to join us as we explore new ways of collaborating for the good of our communities and celebrate the kindness shown by Malaysians from all walks of life. As all of you are well aware, we have been battling and continue to battle a challenge of unprecedented proportion. The pandemic has brought on a monumental crisis globally, affecting both lives and livelihoods. In Malaysia alone, we have seen businesses striving to stay afloat amid economic disruptions and people living with the fear of uncertainty. A microscopic virus has brought the world to its knees, and we are all hoping for light at the end of the tunnel. Nearly 500 years ago, in 1624, the great English poet John Donne wrote, and I quote, "No man is an island entire to itself. Every man is a piece of the continent, a part of the main." This crisis has highlighted just how reliant we are on each other. Be it the economy or social community ties, the world is an interconnected place, and every action we take has the potential to create ripples that affect others. In my own faith, Islam, it teaches Muslims to be kind to all of God's creations, including their parents, relatives, neighbors, animals, and the environment. As a matter of fact, kindness is a universal principle of all religions that adhere to. Therefore, I strongly resonate with Kind Malaysia's mission of promoting and cultivating kindness among Malaysians. Strong, healthy, and resilient communities depend on a culture of empathy, where people are invested in relationships with others and have a common goal of uplifting their fellow men. Given our current situation, Now is indeed the right time to be kind. The pandemic has also demonstrated that we cannot work in silos if we are to overcome big challenges. Collaboration is key if we are to address the most pressing and complex socio-economic crises facing our communities today. This spirit of working together was the genesis of Kind Malaysia in the first place. We began in 2018 with the humble goal of bringing together like-minded Malaysians doing good from all sectors of society, from corporations to philanthropic foundations to civil society, to share their expertise, observations and perspectives. By having a diverse range of views from different backgrounds all in one place, we can galvanize the power of the collective to create innovation and change, with each person bringing their own unique strength and resources to current issues. I hope Kind Malaysia will be a platform to spark the discovery of new ideas and help the message of kindness reach an even wider audience. This year also marks Kind Malaysia's first virtual exhibition, a feature of these new normal times that we live in. I must commend the organizing committee for pulling off this feat successfully and for being mindful about how to give participants the best environment possible for dialogue and conversation. On that note, I would like to express my gratitude to our partners and sponsors, as we could not have pulled this off without your support. I hope that these next 3 days will be productive and informative for all of you, with a myriad of insightful panel discussions and a showcase of exciting social initiatives by local organizations available right on your screens. This is the perfect opportunity to foster partnerships for the common goal we are all working towards: an inclusive, equitable, and just society powered by kindness. Thank you.
Thank you, Yang Berbahagia Tan Sri Asmat Kamaluddin, for the inspiring speech. Now, without further delay, I would like to invite our guest of honor, Yang Berbahagia Datuk Lokman Hakim Ali, Secretary General of Ministry of International Trade and Industry, to deliver the keynote address and grace open Kind Malaysia Virtual 2021.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Members of the Advisory Board of Kind Malaysia Virtual 2021, Yang Berbahagia Tan Sri Asmat Kamaluddin, Yang Berbahagia Datuk Sri Wong Chun Wai, Yang Berbahagia Datuk Sri Haji Mustafa Haji Ali, Yang Berbahagia Datuk Teo Ten Hoa, Yang Berbahagia Datuk Dr. M. Gandhi, and Yang Berbahagia Datuk Azad Kamaluddin, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, salam sejahtera, and a very good morning. I am deeply honored to be a part of this meaningful event, one which serves as a timely reminder that kindness is the very essence of humanity. And to be in the company of such esteemed speakers, particularly Yang Berbahagia Tan Sri Asmat Kamaluddin, whom I consider a mentor and guide, is a privilege indeed. I also would like to take this opportunity to commend and congratulate Kind Malaysia for organizing this meaningful event, Time to be Kind. There is a saying, kindness is the language in which the deaf can hear and the blind can see. And truly nothing touches another human soul more than a kind gesture. The simplest of acts, be it merely reaching out and asking someone how he or she is doing, or offering a few reassuring words of comfort, can at times make a person's day. In my experience, bar a few exceptions, our community remains one that is rooted in kindness. Many ordinary Malaysians do not think twice about being kind to each other or offering assistance to those in need. Perhaps this is something that is inculcated in us as part of our culture. Growing up, we are constantly told to be humble, kind, and polite, So kindness in many ways becomes part of our upbringing. But to go beyond our day-to-day lives and infuse corporate culture with kindness, that is something remarkable. And to have created a unique platform such as Kind Malaysia, with the key purpose of bringing companies, organizations, and individuals together to spread kindness through community-based activities and corporate social responsibility events, is an accomplishment that needs to be recognized and celebrated. Since its inception in 2018, Kind Malaysia has demonstrated time and again a resolute commitment in creating and empowering successful partnerships between corporate bodies, philanthropists, and non-profit organizations towards a journey of kindness. The determination with which Kind Malaysia pursues its mission is a source of inspiration to all of us, more so now than ever before. And I say this with the pandemic in mind. It is now more than a year and a half since we began to battle the COVID-19 pandemic. There have been many lessons learned during this time. But apart from the learnings, the pandemic also brought to forefront the values that we hold dear as Malaysians. Values such as family, community spirit, and a sense of solidarity that bind us together even in times of need and difficulties. Indeed, we came together as one people to ensure that no one was left behind. So when I learned that the theme for this year's Kind Malaysia is Time to be Kind, I couldn't help but appreciate how apt this is, given everything that we have been through as a nation. Personally, I have seen and heard numerous stories of Malaysians, either entities or individuals, going out of their way to help others in need, whether it was ensuring that a neighbor is able to feed his family, or helping single parents to buy milk and diapers, or to assist underprivileged children to have better access to quality education. We as Malaysian family came together to offer whatever help we can. We were quick to recognize that pandemic poverty is real, and many who were earlier able to provide for themselves and their families were no longer able to do so. Those with the necessary financial means were quick to contribute funds, while those who were not able to make monetary contributions provided their support in kind. Many ordinary Malaysians cooked meals for the underprivileged, chipped in to sew PPEs for frontliners, and mobilized efforts to ensure that senior citizens are able to travel to vaccination centers. As our hospitals became increasingly focused on mitigating the COVID-19 pandemic, there was an unfortunate gap in providing care for certain vulnerable groups, including cancer patients, those who required dialysis, and others who were suffering from psychiatric illnesses. Here too, we saw ordinary heroes, Malaysians, volunteering to become caregivers to such patients and take on responsibilities that went well beyond what was expected of them. We also saw companies sponsoring dialysis treatments for patients who were not able to afford them. Indeed, this is but one example whereby companies and private sector organizations proactively provided assistance and support to those in need. And it is my sincere hope that such efforts will continue, for this is, after all, the time to be kind. Allow me to bring my speech to an end by saying this: let us be kind to everyone. While it is easy for us to be kind to those whom we deem as worthy of our kindness, the true test of our character lies in our ability to also extend our thoughtfulness to those whom we think are undeserving of our compassion. So let us not judge or discriminate against anyone, for everyone has some kindness in their lives. With that, ladies and gentlemen, I declare Malaysia Virtual 2021 open. Choose kind, be kind, and stay kind. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullah.
Kind Malaysia Virtual 2021 is now officially open. Thank you, Yang Berbahagia Datuk Lokman Hakim Ali, for a wonderful speech. We are honored to have Yang Berbahagia Datuk to deliver the keynote address and grace this event. It shows such a wonderful gesture from Yang initiative. Ladies and gentlemen, we are very honored today to have with us, all the way from the United States, Mr. Prem Rawat, Global Ambassador of Peace, to be delivering a special address. From a boy prodigy, 70s teenage icon to Global Peace Ambassador, Mr. Prem Rawat has brought exceptional clarity, inspiration, and deep life learning to millions. Now based in the US, the founder of the Prem Rawat Foundation, Mr. Rawat, works with people from all walks of life, showing them how to experience the source of peace within themselves. His global effort spans over 100 countries, bringing a practical message of hope, happiness, and peace to all, one person at a time. He is the internationally best-selling author of Peace is Possible and the founder of the Peace Education Program. Mr. Rawat is also a pilot with over 14,500 hours of experience, a photographer, classic car restorer, and a father to 4 children and grandfather of 4. Now, I would like to invite Mr. Prem Rawat, Global Ambassador of Peace, to deliver the special address.
Distinguished guests, participants of Kind Malaysia 2021, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to thank you for giving me this time, this opportunity to be able to address you. My name is Prem Rawat, and I have been talking about on the subject of peace for a very long time, since I was 4 years old. I was addressing audiences, telling them about peace, about joy, about kindness. So, this is a very fascinating subject for me. And we want people to be kind. But why is it that we are not kind? The question that I'm asking, I guess, is kindness already in the nature of a human being or not? Is it something that has to be learned, or is it already there? This, to me, is a question. Because if it is already present in us, then we have to have a strategy of how to make that kindness become a reality. How do we take it out? How do we bring it out? How do we make it express itself? If the kindness is already in us, then it doesn't need to be taught. It doesn't need to be explained to somebody what kindness is. You know. Everywhere you go in this world, you don't need to know the word for food. You can. Different dishes, yes. But food, all you have to do is go like this, and everybody will understand you what you want. You don't have to know the word for water. Of course you can, but you don't have to know the word for water. You can express it very clearly. All you have to do is go like this. I want water. Or you are like this. I want water. Same thing. When you are in joy, when you are happy, Nobody has to remind you to smile. You smile naturally. The ability to smile is in you, and it is a natural thing when you are happy. It is not natural when you're sad. And so this is the question. Is kindness already inside of us? So I guess if I ask the question, at least I should try to answer it. And my answer to that would be that yes, it is inside of us. And for that kindness to express itself naturally, we have to be in touch with ourselves. Then we can know that that kindness is inside of us. Those little things that make a huge difference in our society. And human beings have been trying extremely hard to make those things real for the society. It would be great if we didn't fight. It would be great if we were kind to each other. It would be great if we helped each other. But it seems like we keep failing and failing and failing and failing. Perhaps it is time to take a slightly different strategy. Don't try to teach people kindness, but try to put people in touch with themselves. You are a human being. You have kindness in you. You have peace in you. And if you can be in touch with that part of you, then you can express with great joy what this means. You know, what is the definition of doing good? It all depends. It's like, an example that I give is that there's a guy and he has a bicycle shop and he fixes punctures. So when the tire of a bicycle is punctured, he fixes those. And this is how he makes his living. There's a guy who has a bicycle and he's going for a job interview and he's praying, please don't let my tire go flat. So this guy who has the bicycle who needs to get to his job interview is praying, don't let me have a flat. And the guy who fixes the tires is praying, God, make somebody's tire flat so they will come to me and I can earn a living. The good for each human being to do the real good can only be when they come from a very real place from within. That they understand who they are, that you're a human being. You know, in our society, unfortunately, being a human being is like you're nobody. But being a human being, being alive, being human, this is what it's all about. This is what it is all about. The power of that understanding can be so incredible for you. You have that possibility in your life, in this society, because mindfulness truly is about the society, about this world. Heartfulness is really about you. And when you understand you, then comes the peacefulness. So there is the peacefulness at the base And that peace is in every single human being. But we have to bring that out. We have to get in touch with that. How many times in a day are you going to remind somebody to smile? It is better to give them a reason to smile. Then they will smile naturally. How many days will you try to remind somebody to be kind? Put them in touch with the kindness that is inside of them, and they will be kind for the rest of their life. Because it is not difficult to be kind. All it takes is that being in touch with who you truly are. And then it's very simple. So I really hope that in this endeavor that you are taking of making a kind Malaysia, that it's wonderful to have a country that thinks about this kindness. This is important too. That, it's not just like, let's just go on and I've got to do this, I've got to do this, I've got to do this, I've got to do this. But to take time to say, okay, let's be kind. Let's understand that we can be here. And who else? Who else is it going to be? We're the only ones on this planet Earth. Who else is going to come from somewhere else? Where? From where? And people have been waiting for somebody to come, and sometimes it's true. People are like, oh, people are not patient. No, human beings are incredibly patient. Over 5,000 years, people have been waiting for somebody to arrive, and they haven't. Talk about being incredibly patient. That is a lot of patience. But it's the wrong kind of patience, because you can be proactive. You can be proactive in getting in touch with yourself. So, thank you for giving me this opportunity to express myself, and I wish you the best for this Kind Malaysia event. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Prem Rawat, for the insightful advice. We are honored to have you delivering the special address this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, Kind Malaysia Virtual 2021 is now officially open. We look forward to welcome you attending all the daily programs over the next 3 days. And don't forget to virtually visit participating organizations' booths and interact with the representative. As with the new norms, you are encouraged to take screenshots or photo shoots of your moments with Kind Malaysia Virtual 2021 and tag us on social media at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Enjoy our parting video shortly and have a wonderful day ahead.
Kind Malaysia, the concept is actually to connect corporates with the civil society. We need to understand that we have a responsibility. We did this activity, it has to have real meaning and real impact of contributing back to society, because overall will benefit the country as a whole.
Kind Malaysia serves as a unique platform to promote engagement between the private sector with community groups, offering collaborative opportunities through partnership to further enhance corporate role in humanity.
It doesn't take much to spark a revolution. Let's spark a revolution that makes a difference in this world.
Together, all the universities to come together under our platform, and then we give out scholarships in various universities for people who really deserve it. And we have been doing this because we felt that people like y'all who do this work unrecognized deserves to be recognized. So we have these unsung heroes because we want to recognize y'all for your great job that you guys do.